Hello, hello. How is everyone tonight? Hello, hello. Are you all there? Hello. Hey, TL. How are you, hon? Hey, Tara D. Good to see you. Can you hear me? Wonderful. Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Hey, Dawn Marie. Hello, everyone. Hey, Norma. Hello, everybody. Hey, Dirty White Boy. Good to see you. Hey, Karen. Hey, everybody. Raised bed. Hey, how you doing? Margaret. Good to see you in here. Hey, Sweet and Spicy. Hello, hello. Leela, awesome. Nice to see you in. Hello, hello. So, how is everyone tonight? What's everybody prepping? Is anybody prepping? Hey, Autumn, how you doing? What are people prepping these days? Tell me you're prepping, please. Lie to me if you have to. Just tell me you're prepping. You need to be, if you're not. Hey, Val. Oh, Tara, you're not feeling well. I'm sorry, honey. Silver, Nancy, good answer. Good answer. I don't just push that because I sell it, because I don't. I push that because people really need to get some. Tara, white stuff, I assume you're talking about salt, sugar, flour. Awesome. You need to be getting that too. I just recently stocked up again on it because I find myself using more sugar again than I thought I would. It's amazing how much sugar recipes call for. I'm stunned. So I don't mean to push it, but if you plan on doing any preserving or baking of any kind for anything, make sure you have what you need and then times it by 10, because that's what I'm finding out I need. I'm shocked. Never would have thought about that one. Rechargeable batteries. Awesome. Awesome. Dry hash browns. Yes, I did those not too long ago. And I'd love to be getting some more, but I have not found them in our local store at all. The place I found them at the time, I think, was like the Dollar Tree or something, and they're the small things, but it's enough for two people, and that's all I'm really prepping for at the moment. Prepping anything you can. Lori, good idea. Another number 10 can of Nido Fortificata whole milk. Awesome. Good, good, good. Trying to pay down your debts. That's awesome. Sony, great idea. Solar-powered light bulbs. Yes, I got those not too long ago. Wonderful idea. Um, Tara, I know you said you weren't feeling good. If you have to drop off, just let us know, okay, hon? Hey, Dawn Marie. Mona getting a greenhouse. Wonderful, wonderful. Um, Getting an order ready to stock up on vitamin supplements. Very good idea, Joanne. Very, very good idea. So I just wanted to kind of get an idea what other people are doing out there. I know what I'm doing, but it's always nice to hear from other people. You might have noticed that last week on the video that I did, it got taken down. So isn't that amazing? They don't like something, they just kind of discount it and get rid of it. But you might have noticed that it's back up. So for any of you that wanted to see it and didn't get a chance, you might want to check it out after you're done here, because that is the first in the series. I knew it was a risk. Margaret and I had talked it over. It was something that I had gotten from Margaret, and it is definitely worth listening to. So hopefully you get a chance to hear it. There is a 3-minute audio in there that you don't want to miss if you haven't heard it already. Hey, Kim. Okay, and then Tom. Hey, Tom, how are you? Thank you for all your lovely info that you send us by email. He is always sending me links, and it's very much appreciated. So I'm glad you got a chance to watch that. So, yeah, somebody mentioned the price of cotton going up by 87%. Yeah. You think clothing and sheets and towels and things aren't going to get super expensive? Oh boy, they are. You know, just when we're prepping food and we think we're doing, yeah, somewhat okay or close to okay, we got to switch gears. So, you know, nothing that they make nowadays lasts as long as the stuff that has managed to make it to a thrift shop. So I would strongly recommend you start frequenting thrift shops in your local area. If clothing can make it to a thrift shop and still be washed more than a half a dozen times, then you're doing good, because most of the stuff that you buy these days can't even be washed a half a dozen times before it falls apart. Just my suggestion, of course. You do what you wish. How many of you guys are tired of the slow strangulation of our economy while our civil rights are being trampled on by the government? Well, the fact that the world did endure a global apocalypse in 2020, one that started in China in 2019, and of course spread across the rest of the world, right? That's what this series is about. So if they want to knock every one of my darn videos, well, at least I get the people on live for that time frame. They'll have to put it back up. They won't be given an option. Trust me, they won't. Because they can take it down for medical misinformation if they want to. But if it's not medical misinformation, they're forced to put it back up. Did you know that? I did. And that's why the other one is back up. Anyway, my channel is non-monetized, and at the moment I plan to keep it that way. We'll see what I feel led to do. And for some odd reason, that actually does make a difference with them. But the laughable notion that was sold to the world in the early weeks of this pandemic is unbelievable. And how those 2 weeks, let's say give or take 2 weeks, turned into a year. You know, that 2 weeks to flatten the curve. It turned into a year or more, and now stretching forever and ever into the future, right? Well, because of what we've all endured, you need to know that this is just the beginning of what's coming. The pandemic that they call it, I call it a plandemic, which right now seems to be sort of, I don't know, winding down in some ways. Isn't that amazing how they do that? There's countless people in the government issue more and more of those shots. And they've been made all but mandatory. They're not technically mandatory yet. In some ways, they are for certain groups, for certain people, but not for everybody. So that's just the first step in their, what I consider, insidious plan. I don't know about you guys, but my chat doesn't seem to be moving, so I'm just making sure you can still hear me. My question is, what's the goal of their plan? What's the goal? Is it to put you and your family into the new 21st century slave labor camp? Is it a camp without walls or barbed wire, mostly? But it's a similar prison that you and your loved ones endured anyway, right? You gotta stay home. You know, for many years, this cabal, the global elites, the group that I call rulers of darkness, yeah, they've conspired to subjugate the free people of the world under a one world government. One world government. And I know that people have been trained to react to terms like one world government and global elites as indicators of, oh, I don't know, fake news. And that's because they've been primed and programmed by the government so that your brain starts shrieking, alert, alert, conspiracy. Uh-huh. Another conspiracy? How many can we handle? Right? But that's not what this is. They want you to tune out, they want you to ignore any information that comes after that. But what I want you guys to understand, and the whole purpose of me doing this series, is the facts. And facts are facts. You really can't dispute them. You can investigate them, you can research them all day long, but you can't dispute facts. These aren't conspiracy theories. They're disturbing truths of what you need to know so that you and your family can survive what's coming. And that's why I started on Autumn's channel a year ago. I wanted to make sure, not just in helping her grow her channel, but to get the word out there more from a banker perspective, because that's what I used to do. I know I was put in that position for a reason, for such a time as this. So it's important because you can survive this. You can fight back. There are more of us than there are of them. You just need to know how to do it. You can take the steps, both now and in the future, that will help to maintain your freedom. No, it won't be easy. Tara, one of you guys take care of that. I just want to make sure that even though you're going to be hearing some pretty disturbing things that are not going to be fun to digest, I want you to understand it's not a conspiracy. Many people think it's a vast conspiracy to put you and your family under the thumb of the global elites. But I can tell you they've been planning this for 50 years. People like, oh, let's name them: Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, the Walton family. Who would have figured that one, right? But yeah, them and George Soros. And you would think it would be hush hush. At least I would. But it isn't. And you'd think that it would be some kind of deep, dark secret. It isn't that either. These elites are so arrogant. My God, they're so arrogant. And they're so confident in how they rule people. They speak openly of what they're doing, and they actually laugh and sneer as they're talking about what they're about to do. Yeah, it's longer than 50, Chevron, you're right. But the plan, the one that they now have, really has been a 50-year plan. They've cranked up the old and they've made it new again. So take Bill Gates, for example. I love to pick on him. Y'all know that. Bill Gates got rich, selling software and computers, right? But depending on how you interpret his career, he's not a sociologist, he's not a doctor, he's not even an economist. He has no education on the global climate and none on global agriculture. Nor does he have any education on countless other topics in which he's consistently meddling. Yet his total arrogance of these issues doesn't stop him from commenting publicly on them, while he is laughing as he explains what you and I are going to be made to do. While he lives in the lap of luxury, he says we'll be forced to give up our car in the name of global warming. While he dines at some of the best restaurants on grass-fed beef, he's saying that we'll be forced to eat synthetic fake meat. Are you canning meat, guys? I've been saying this for a year now, maybe more. It's sad we have to go that route, but if you really want it, you might need to do it. The list of his hypocrisies goes on, but the point is still the same. People like Bill Gates and the others will just laugh at you, at what you must sacrifice, while Bill Gates and the elites sacrifice nothing. Gates is not alone. He and his fellow power brokers, the international financiers, and I call them money launderers, like George Soros and the people behind, let's just say it, Amazon, Walmart, Google, Apple, Facebook. Hey, one of them's got to knock me off pretty soon here, right? They all hold private meetings, each and every one of them. And while they're doing it, they plan ahead of time on how they're going to control you. At these planned meetings, they discuss at public conferences what they're going to take from you, what you'll be forced to do, all of it. And they never frame their opinions as questions. They always explain it as to what you will do, period, as if their schemes are inevitable. This is how they think. What do you think? They recently held one of these big meetings, and the power elites decided that it was inevitable for you and the people around the world to be reset. You know, the old saying that they have, never let a crisis go to waste. It proved to be a perfect slogan for them, and that it was. They decided that this 19 pandemic was the perfect time to reset America and the rest of the planet. They're so confident that they can get away with it that they aren't even trying to hide it. Their goal is simple and horrible. They intend to take over your life. And I'm not saying that to scare anybody. That's the truth. They intend to take over. We've heard this over and over again. So don't think, though, that it means you personally, because honestly, you mean absolutely nothing to the elites. Absolutely nothing. You're a number to them. You're like a cog in their vast machine. That when that machine is cranked, it feeds on human misery and produces money for them, not you. The money they squeeze out of you is then used to finance their decadent lifestyles, all while they ignore the pain and the destruction of the policies that they cause to be put in place. Everything they do is geared toward forcing you to become an unwilling slave to the New World Order in order to produce benefits for them while using you and your loved ones to get those benefits. It's that simple. That's their plan. So in this series, I want to make sure I'm outlining for you how you can take steps to get around their plan. Yeah, they're going to pull every trigger they can. They're going to try to make you do things you don't want to do. The key to it is you need to be ahead of it. And that's why I came on a year ago telling people about this. So if you're new to this channel or to Autumn's, you need to get caught up. You need to start watching videos from a year ago. They're not long. And stay tuned to this series. We're going to have a lot coming up. These are not going to be long individually, a half hour, maybe 40 minutes max. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in all caps and I'll do what I can. But coming up in this series, we're going to expose the lies and the treacheries, not just of this pandemic. We know what that stuff is by now. It's the actual way that they're going to rule over people. Stephanie, I will not comply. Amen to that. Neither will I. So, as we move forward, we're going to expose what they don't want exposed. And I may have a few videos knocked down. That's okay. I've backed myself up. Sony, how do you get my newsletter? Just send me an email, hon. If you have already, I will be getting to you. If you haven't, if one of the mods can put up my email address, I'd appreciate it. I did not put it in the description box, I don't think. You do want the newsletter. With the newsletter comes the raffle. Pay attention to the last couple of videos. There's one called Silver. You want to be in on it. Trust me, it's cheap. Ultimately, it's $2 a month. Just so people know and understand what that is, it helps to fund the silver raffle, but you have 12 chances per year to win silver just for $2 a month. You're paying $24 ahead of time, and I throw in the newsletter. The newsletter is going to bring you step by step through the dark clouds in the upcoming days. What to do financially, how to do it, and then you just work it on your own with your own budget, how you can do it. Barb asking if I will delete your comments on here. It totally depends on what you put on there. We do not allow certain things. I do my best not to delete stuff, but the mods have a job. Yeah, Tara, the TA associate email. You're gonna have to type the whole thing though. So, anyway, I just wanted to end with that tonight. If you guys have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask them. I'll do what I can. You can put things in the comments section. I'll do what I can to answer that. And we'll go from there. Otherwise, nothing in all caps. I'm going to assume there's no questions for tonight. God bless you guys. We will see you hopefully next week, unless I get a strike. Hey, you never know. But that's it for tonight. Okay. I hope you guys take care and do what you need to do to make sure your family is safe and stay healthy. All right. God bless. See you guys another time.